Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 352. I am your host, Keith Andrew. Along here is the talented Dianne Zankich. And I just want to say thank you for being a guest on my talk show.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
No, the honor is all mine. Now, for people who want to know what my talk show is about, the whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can still amount to something. And at the same time, I'm able to turn myself into an example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities to never give up and to prove people wrong. That labels do not dictate who you are and who you're going to be, and you should prove to them you can break the labels. So that being said, a half hour, 40 minutes of your time, and starting off, you can say anything you want, talk about anything you want. It's uncensored, freedom of speech, freedom of self-expression, get up, walk around, and whatever you want to do. And starting off, what can you tell us a little about yourself?
Okay, so I'm an actress, and I have been wanting to be an actress since I was 5 years old. My mother asked me if I wanted to be an actress or a veterinarian when I grow up, because those are my two passions. I, of course, like every other 5-year-old, loved animals. But I said, well, she said, could you put an animal to sleep if they get sick? And I said, no, I couldn't do that. So, yep, it's confirmed. I want to be an actress. My other passions are holistic health and wellness. And I'm constantly reading labels. I've been reading labels since I was 11. I also performed in, wrote, cast, and directed my first play when I was 11. So, that's where my interest is. I'm also a certified Ayurvedic practitioner, a certified yoga teacher, and a licensed massage therapy. Edit that. Licensed massage therapist. But I no longer do the massage therapy. Because people's eyes kind of light up when I say, ooh, and they go, oh, my neck hurts, or oh, this or that, or whatever. I go, I don't do that anymore. But, so that's where I'm coming from. I left acting for about 5 years and pursued the holistic health and wellness. And I thought, okay, I don't need to be an actress anymore. I can be an adult now. I can be a grown-up. I'm going to leave that behind me. Didn't work. So I'm back at it with a vengeance, pretty much.
Hey, if you have a passion for something, you're never too old for do what you want to do.
Yeah, exactly. From your lips to God's ears.
Now, from the next question I was going to ask you is, were you a study nerd or party animal? And did you ever do any sports growing up? Ask you these questions first.
Cool. Okay, so let's see. Was I a study nerd or a party animal? You know, I kind of was. I walked that fine line. I was never really into drugs. As a matter of fact, when I was in my history class, and one of the girls was talking about her and her friends went to Palm Springs, which is a big party spot, and they were talking about they dropped acid or something, and I was like appalled. I was so shocked because I thought this girl was like pretty much so straight-laced. And she looked at me and she goes, oh, come on, Diane, like you never have. And I was like, how did she get the idea that. So I'm very unconventional. And I guess even when I was in high school, people would pigeonhole me. Like, oh, she's either this or that. Well, no, I'm really neither this or that. I'm kind of I'm aware of all that, but I kind of, march to my own drum, I guess.
Right.
And so that served me well in some aspects and not so much, in other. But, I think you have to march to your own drum. And every time I've tried to be normal, quote unquote normal, it really hasn't served me well. And I've always reverted back. I did play softball in high school, somewhat. I loved karate. So that was one thing that I really did, and I think I got 3 or 4 belts, but didn't pursue it enough to get not like a black belt or something. But I have a few tricks up my sleeve, a few moves. Ha!
Yeah, just keep in mind not to mess with you.
Okay, yeah, right. The other thing I have always loved is horseback riding. So those are my main sports as far as like conventional regular sports. Wasn't very good at basketball. I'm 5'3", so didn't really serve me well. But I could aim pretty good with the softball. I could catch pretty good, and not really a runner. I like to run to catch the last sample, or if I'm gonna miss a flight, they're closing the gate. I'll run then.
Well, the next question I was gonna ask you is, on the subject, what do you mean by that?
What do I mean by what? Not really good at running?
Well, you said you said something about shooting like a fly. So for people
who... basketball? Yeah. I can't really slam dunk. Right? Yeah.
I'm not really into the whole slang thing. Well,
right,
I was, but
right.
Haven't done it in a long time.
Yeah, and cool. Well, my mom always told me, she goes, "Oh, you're going to be tall. You're going to be so tall when you grow up." So I believed that, and it wasn't until I was like, I don't know, maybe 13, where I realized, you know what? I don't think I'm going to have that growth spurt. Because then I realized, okay, well, girls actually stop growing around that time. But, guys can keep growing even up until they're like 21. I'm like, what? That's not fair. Oh, well, so that's that. Didn't get any taller.
Now, the next 2 questions I was going to ask you, like I said, the easy stuff, then can go to the hard-hitting ones. Is 1, did he ever get the chance to do one of those human pyramids? And would he be interested in doing any? And 2, for the yoga, who influenced you to get into that?
Okay, so I did do sort of a human pyramid in one acting workshop one time. And that was interesting. At least I didn't have to be on the bottom, I was kind of in the middle-ish. And as far as yoga goes, I was pretty much one of the only people in my Ayurvedic class that had not studied yoga. And so I kept hearing about it over and over again in class. And I think I'd taken a couple of yoga classes maybe here and there, but not really steadily. And then when I lived in Santa Barbara, I started taking it more seriously after I graduated. And I thought, you know what, I should become certified in this because I think it's really a valuable tool. And I just really love it for my own practice. And I thought that would be another tool in my belt because then I could do coaching and I could also, on the side, teach yoga and do the massage therapy and all that jazz. And yeah, so then when we lived in Indiana, I told my husband for my birthday present I wanted the tuition to go to this Shivananda yoga farm. And it was a month-long class. So I had to fly back out to California and take this course. And so my husband gave me my birthday card and said, here's your Shivananda yoga teacher's certification present, or you can buy some nice jewelry. Like, there's still time to change your mind if you want, you know. And so, yeah, I flew out to California and I took the certification course. I've actually had 2 certification courses. One from the yoga teacher training in Grass Valley, California, which is a month long, and one Ayurvedic yoga teacher training, which was in Nassau, the Bahamas, for 3 weeks.
Oh, nice.
So, but I don't teach it. I guess I could. Well, and funny thing about yoga is my whole life, I always confused my left and my right. So I guess that would kind of be my learning disability. And I would stutter when I was a kid, but I kind of outgrew it. And when I got nervous, or when I really got nervous, I would always mix my left and my right. And I would really have to think about it. But since I've been doing yoga, I don't have that problem anymore. No,
I was like the same way too when I was younger. I always stuttered, and I still do it today. I hesitate a lot. But, it's basically if you work on yourself, you can get over it.
Yeah, I had let's just say my parents, especially my dad, was very demanding.
Yeah.
And so I felt like I wasn't worthy for a lot of things. And it made me, it made me stutter because I would always have to think about what I was going to say and how I was going to say it and, all that. And it doesn't serve anybody well when they have to second guess everything they're going to say. So that's, I think, where it came from. But through acting, I can just say it. And from that exposing myself and doing improv and all that, realizing, that was his problem, not mine. And I can, just be who I want to be. There's still times where I will stutter or I will hesitate for a second. It's like, no, just say it. It's okay. Just say it. If you can formulate it, just say it.
Then the next question I was going to ask you while on the subject, before we get to the acting, is did you ever hear about the whole acro yoga, or would you be interested in that, or do you just like the old-fashioned yoga?
What is that called?
It's pretty much like acrobats, but it's
acrobatic yoga.
Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 people doing the pose.
Oh, that's wonderful. I can't. It's almost like gymnastic yoga or whatever. No, I can't do that. I just do the regular, ordinary, straight yoga. Yeah. I wish I were more flexible. I always wanted to do the splits. And up until maybe 4-ish years ago, I kept thinking, if I just keep working on this, I'm going to be able to do it. But maybe in my next life, I can't, but it's okay. I can do a headstand. I can do all the other things that I want to do. So that's all right.
Hey, never say never.
Exactly. Who knows? Maybe one of these days, yeah.
Now, the next question I was going to ask you about your acting career is, one, how many years have you been acting, and who influenced you?
Okay, so professionally, I got my SAG card in like 97. But prior to that, I was auditioning for non-union stuff. I was in theater ever since I was 11. So, and I think I joined AFTRA in 94, and then, and then a few years later, I was able to join SAG, so long time.
out of both of them, which one do you enjoy working with the most?
They all have, there's nothing like a live audience.
Right.
That's, and being there on stage and thinking fast on your feet. So I do love that. But the film and television, that has a greater impact. Like if you want to tell a story, there's a mass audience where you can just change people's beliefs in one simple story because it touches their heart. And if you can touch somebody's heart and tell that story with passion, then you can change so many things. So that's what I like about it. I like being able to make a positive difference.
No, absolutely. Now, the next question I was going to ask you is, where do you see yourself? Have you ever been a lead actress, supporting, and were you ever interested in voiceovers, or where do you see yourself going?
Yeah, I've always been interested in voiceovers. I have yet to cross into that field. I can do dialects and all that stuff. So yeah, you never know. We'll see what happens.
Well, actually,
and let's see. The other question was, where do I see myself?
Yeah.
Well, with this new agency, I'm hoping that fairly soon I'm going to get a national commercial. That's my plan, and then series regular. That's where I see myself. You know what they say. You make plans and God laughs.
Yeah.
But that's my goal. So we'll just see how it goes.
All right. Well, I do a lot of fan-made parodies for fun. Would you be interested in doing some?
Sure.
We can talk about that off the air. And you said you do dialect. Can you give us a couple examples?
I do dialogues?
Well,
yeah, sure. Like, I really like Sonny's Bagels. On 185th, or, I could be mixing up my streets. Been been a long time since I've been over there. But, back in the day, I would always hang out there. They make the best bagels. I know at one point, Sonny wasn't doing too good. Personally, I think he was eating too many of his own bagels, but I think his brother took over or something like that. And, I really do, I really do have to make plans to go over there. Hope that place is still open. Have you heard of it?
Actually, I was going to ask you, are you East Coast or West Coast?
I'm West Coast.
Hey, because I saw a funny video yesterday. I want to run past you. Did you ever hear of a rainbow bagel?
No, I have not heard of a rainbow bagel.
It's somewhere in, I think, California. I have to look up the video again. Basically, it's about this guy who has cerebral palsy, and he made an adventure of himself, saying, an adventure of blah, 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 finding the rainbow bagel.
Oh,
so
wow.
Basically, it's about him traveling, and at the end, he gets the bagel, but it's like a rainbow, has different colors in it, so must be somewhere in the West Coast.
Yeah, I don't know, but
sounds nice.
I mean, cool for him. I'm happy that, if that was his goal to find the rainbow bagel. But oy vey, can you imagine the colors and the artificial flavors and the everything else that they would have to put into that bagel to make it all the different colors? I don't know, that creeps me out.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it, right?
Exactly. I'll be like, excuse me, love, do you have the ingredients handy for that bagel? Because normally I just like a plain bagel, sometimes a pumpernickel. That's great. Not too much butter, a little cream cheese if I'm in the mood. But, I'm definitely going to have to make sure that there's no artificial colors or flavors in that bagel before I eat it, because no preservatives touch these lips.
Like, do you also do Russian or Canadian?
If I hear the how do you call it? If I hear the sound in my ear, maybe perhaps I could do a little bit of maybe Eastern European. Sometimes I have to hear it first. My ears very good, pretty good. I don't mean to sound how you say, conceited. That is not. And then if I don't be careful, my Russian turns into French, which is not what I was going for. But I have to hear it first in my ears, then I can do it.
What about? Do you ever do impressions?
I did when I was little, here and there. Like I did Zsa Zsa Gabor. I don't know. You're probably too young, but did you ever see a show called Green Acres?
I heard of it.
Okay, well, there was a show called Green Acres. It's about a wealthy New York socialite who married a businessman who he decided he didn't want to, he was tired of the city life and he wanted to move to the country. And so she hated it, but she went with him. It's like, no, New York is where I'd rather stay. I just adore a penthouse view, right? And so, darling, I love you, but give me Park Avenue. Yeah, anyway, so I locked my mother out of the house one time on her way home. She was coming home from work, and she was knocking at the door, like, come on, Diane, let me in. Tried on, like, one of her fanciest dresses, put on way too much blue eyeshadow, and locked her out, and I would not let her in. And she was like, Diane, open the door. I'm like, I'm sorry, darling. Diane doesn't live here anymore. Stop knocking on the door. You're making too Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, so if an idea, pops into my head, then I can kind of go with it.
I can do a couple impressions, but it's never really not that good.
Well, what do you do?
I do Yogi Bear.
Okay.
Hey, boo boo. How you do?
That's good.
What about let's see.
A picnic basket is around the corner.
There's also trying to Ray Romano. Hey, come on! I just bought this. I keep doing that, but keep messing up on it. Hey, come on! I just went to shop right today. I just put it down on the counter. Now it's gone. What's happening?
Yeah, that's cool.
I also do. Let's see. The guy from Banana Man. I don't know his name, but it's like, well, Kazale, Kapow, Kazam. Yeah. Yeah, I do.
I like to be silly. That's
Right.
my, I have no problem being silly, but my acting teacher is always like, you have to be tough, Diane. You should be a CEO. That's my new thing. So now I'm practicing being a CEO.
Do you like George Takei?
I do. I
do.
think he's great.
Yeah, I would love to meet him. I didn't mean to interrupt. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do this to my family. They get really annoyed. I just would randomly walk around and go, oh my.
That's good. Yeah. That's totally it.
And there's something my brother did something. I'm like, oh my. And my dad's like, what did I say about doing that? I work in a store and we have a PA system. I wanted to mess with the store because I'm on my way out anyway. The store's not working out. And I want to say, can we get some extra cashiers up to the front? I have a long line. Oh my.
Yeah, perfect.
But they really don't have a sense of humor.
Well, what's that Steve Martin joke? It's something like, God, what is it? It's like, it's supposed, if they can't take a fuck, joke 'em.
There was another saying. My dad used to work with this guy. He said, well, it is uncensored, so I might as well throw it out there. The joke was, if I can't eat it, sleep with it, or fuck it, I have no use for it.
Yeah.
Anyway, for people that say, hey, it's uncensored, freedom of speech, express it, have fun, don't take it personally,
Exactly. What's funny is my husband, like if we have to read, like if I ask him, hey, will you help me study this script, right? You can just read it normal and I'm just gonna say this as fast as I can.
Yeah.
And so if there's F-bombs in it, right? He cannot say that. He goes effing. I'm like looking at him because he literally never swears. He literally never swears, and it's just so funny to see him like effing. I'm like, it's okay, honey. There's no kids around right now.
I agree. Now we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, I'm going to pass the show over to you.
Okay.
For yourself, or as a gift for someone else. For personal connections, shout-outs, birthdays, proposals, weddings, and much more. Enter your details about yourself so the celebrity can record a personal video message, especially for you. including details such as your name, age, birthday, hobbies, or whatever else you include. As soon as the video has been recorded, you'll get an email with your link, so you can share it on social media or download and keep it. Celebrities record videos as and when they can, usually within 2 weeks. But if you want a video for a specific date and it does not look like it will arrive in time, you can cancel it and get an instant refund at the click of a button. There are hundreds of celebrities to choose from, and many more joining every day. Search by category or genre, buy a gift voucher, get updates and offers, and encourage your favorite celebrities to join so they can connect with fans in a fun and unique way, raise money for their charities, and much more. So order your video now for yourself or for someone else.
Back to the KeithAndrewNetWork episode 352. I'm here with the beautiful and talented Dianne Zankich. I just want to say thank you for staying with us. Now for people who want to know, actually they know the whole speech already, but don't mind me, I haven't just had a brain fart. With the last 6 minutes left of the show, I'm going to pass it to you. Was there anything you wanted to know, anything you want to talk about? This is your time after all.
Well, you know what? I think it's really good now that people are, with all of the different media outlets, like Amazon is coming out with new things, Hulu, Netflix, you name it. Google maybe is going to have Google TV. Who knows? Who knows, right? But I am looking forward to writing and producing more of my own projects. I just finished a script, and I'm going to start looking into producing it and getting that going. So it's called Open House, and yeah, it's about a mother struggling to keep the relationship going with her daughter, who's growing up way too fast, and finding that balance in work and also spending time with her daughter. So it's a nice little dramedy. It's got some funny parts and some serious parts. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. And what else? That's what I got going right now until I book my next gig. Which, I don't know, could be tomorrow. Could be, I don't know, next week. You never know, right?
Hey, never say never.
Exactly.
Was there anything you wanted to promote, like social? Actually, that's the last subject I want to ask you. Social media. Can it make you or break you? What is your opinion about it?
Well, what I heard is if you're under 25, it can make you, because that's what they're looking for if you're, like 20-something and under. If you're over 30, theoretically, they don't look at that too much. But, I'm certainly I'm not so much on Twitter. I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram. And yeah, so I'm trying.
But to the industry, to what you're doing and what I'm doing, do you think we have to be careful of what we say, or do you?
Oh, absolutely. I think that what you say can get you in trouble. Not that there's like since when it's almost like you really want to dig through all that vomit. You really want to regurgitate and spew negativity. I don't. I might say one or two things here or there, like, well, that didn't turn out as well as I had hoped. Or, something like that. But I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to spew negativity, and I don't see the reason for it, because here I am. We should all try to make the world a better place. And that's my opinion, for what it's worth.
No,
I think there's a way that you can say things or get your point across, that it doesn't have to be ugly.
No, I agree with you. Now, wrapping up our talk show, I do have a couple questions for you off the air. But
Okay.
Wrapping up our interview, how can people follow you on social media? Are you on Twitter, LinkedIn, Stage32? And also, my last question for you, if you don't mind me for asking, my last question is, when I first approached you to be a guest in my talk show, what was your first reaction? And you can be completely honest. What was your first reaction, and after doing the interview with me, how you feel now?
Okay, so which one do you want me to answer first?
I'm completely up to you.
Okay, so I'm on IMDb, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on LinkedIn. Yeah, so that that's where I am, and as well as some random Star Trek fan page from Germany. Don't ask me. Yeah, how that'll turn out, or what's going on with that, I have no idea. But nevertheless, and at first I thought, okay, who is this guy? Like, wants to do an interview with me, huh? Yeah, so I was a little apprehensive, but then I checked you out, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. I thought, and then you did Craig from our Revival LA group, and he had good comments, and then I read the other people's comments that you've interviewed, and I was like, man, this is awesome. So then I was thrilled. Yeah, I was thrilled, and I think that you are very inspiring, and I think that you're really gutsy, and I like that, and you're ambitious and very down to earth too, and yeah, totally cool, and I felt really thrilled, and I hope that this is a beneficial experience for you too.
No, absolutely. I'm doing this to, basically, it's therapy for myself, because I suffer from depression, and I have poor people skills. So this helps me with my depression, my people skills, and a whole bunch of other things that I mentioned in the past interviews. And it's just basically, it's helping me work on myself.
Awesome. Really good, yeah.
Now, I do have a couple questions for you off the air about wrapping up our interview segment. It was a real honor and privilege to have you as a guest, and I'm looking forward to building a friendship with you as well.
Absolutely. Likewise. Thank